Welcome back to Eastlink Magazine. And if you ask me, learning by doing is probably one of the most fun and engaging ways to learn new information. And that is a method Brilliant Labs advocates for. Brilliant Labs is a not-for-profit, hands-on technology and experience-based learning platform based here in Atlantic, Canada. They have a new at-home educational program that airs here on Eastlink Community TV called MakerFun. To talk more on this, I'm joined now by Sarah Ryan, the program director at Brilliant Labs Nova Scotia. Sarah, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Kenzie. It's my pleasure to be here today.
So for those who may not be familiar with Brilliant Labs, can you give us a brief overview of your organization?
Sure. So we started back in 2014 in New Brunswick as a not-for-profit organization to support digital skills in Atlantic Canada. There was a desperate need for us to work on that. So we did, and then we combined it with the maker-centered learning or maker education to engage more than just the people who are interested in learning to up the digital skills. So that includes hands-on making and allowing youth and teachers to be supported and have a student-led program that's very hands-on and inclusive, including 3D printing, robotics, to sewing, woodworking, and fostering those important skills, as well as making sure that we have that enhanced digital literacy within Atlantic Canada.
And you guys have really adapted with the times now with this new show that's airing on our channel here called MakerFun. Essentially, it's a half-hour educational program for ages and essentially families too. Everyone a chance to sit down and learn something new. You guys were really quick to react and get this started. Talk about this show.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, Brilliant Labs, we've always been quick to adapt over the past 5 years from, such a big growth and being able to reach as many people, knowing that not everybody has the same access to technology. So with the show, we were so happy to partner with Eastlink Community TV because we really wanted to reach those youth and families who may not necessarily have access to the internet at all times. But we also wanted to make sure that we provided a half hour of fun, engaging activities that our partners such as the Department of Education and ACOA and CanCode could see the benefit, where we're still hitting on those points of, of those educational outcomes, but also realizing that we need to be able to do activities that were accessible to all at home. So, that can include something low tech or teaching those digital skills at a lower level, but still very, very inclusive and useful.
And can you give us a brief outline of what might be in store on a half-hour episode?
Yeah, so a half-hour episode, we start off with our host introducing the theme of the episode. For example, one would be life cycles or life on land. And then we have 2 or 3 hands-on activities that we've set up so that people at home can do pretty much with anything they have within the home. So, for example, one of the activities was practicing multiplication using pine cones and paints. And then we really like to have the focus on kids around the Maritimes, Atlantic Canada, doing those activities with us, as well as additional digital shorts and really fun stop motion pieces in between, so that it's entertainment. I like to call it edutainment, so that so that it's not necessarily a typical half hour in a classroom. Your classroom's now your home, and we're kind of some familiar faces when students aren't necessarily able to see the same people as they usually are when they're in school. We'd love to be there and kind of do stuff along with our viewers and hope that they share what they do with us.
And I mean, what has kind of surprised you the most about either running this show or just, being able to encapsulate the fun and energy of youngsters these days?
Well, as Brilliant Labs, an organization has always been really focused on the fun and energy and learning from kids and how we can take the, what we need to do in school and meet those curricular outcomes and do it in a fun, engaging way. I think the biggest learning curve was more for the adults involved in the show and having to kind of do a quick turnaround to do something on television. But it's really been an exciting adventure to do this and having a lot of great feedback and people telling us that, what, this half hour a day gives me a chance to sit down with my kids and work together and do a project together that's not really so streamlined, but also an ability for the kids to do it with their older siblings and for the parents to maybe just take a break.
Awesome. It's something the entire family can get involved in. Sarah, thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
MakerFun, it premieres Mondays here on Eastlink Community TV at 1:30 p.m. and then encores Tuesday through to Friday, and is also available on demand if you've missed any of the episodes and you want to catch up. Stay with us here on Eastlink Magazine. We'll be right back after this break.